Hello, friend. I'm Quynn Red Mountain, and I am the Animist minister for Web of Life Animist Church. I am wanting to tell you a little bit about a circle that I am hosting once a month called Listening to the Spirit of Your Sickness and Wellness. We're in the times of COVID right now, and there's a lot of sickness, of course, all around us, and maybe in ones we love, maybe in us, maybe we've lost people. There's a lot of sadness around illness and sickness right now. Sickness is always a part of life, a part of our lives. So often we don't know when it's going to descend upon us, and when we do find ourselves in its company, it is not generally pleasant. It can bring many worries and a lot of pain, and it's just challenging all around. I dealt with a cancer in 2014, and it was horrifying, and I thought I was going to die. I didn't, but I thought I was going to. And one thing I have learned about the multiple sicknesses I have received and dealt with in my life is that there's always some kind of teaching in a sickness. This isn't a love and light approach to sickness. Like, oh, well, I hate that. Well, maybe you did something wrong, or maybe you're not pure enough, or there's a lesson in it. Fuck that. But I will say that when we find ourselves sick, everything becomes more clear about what's important to us, about what's bullshit, and we don't need any more of this or that, or this person, or that job, or it calls us to change. Sometimes sickness is slow, sometimes it is quick. Sometimes it lasts a long time, and sometimes it waves through, and we have to pick up our pieces in its wake. There are many versions of sickness. Spirits of sickness and wellness. Animistically speaking, everything has some form of consciousness, its own life essence. And so a sickness, we could think as well, has some form of a spirit. Many of us ask, why me? Why now? Why? So I offer an opportunity not to try to fix it, not to try to make it go away. I mean, obviously we all want it to go away, but it does when it does. And I have found that there is this relationship when sickness descends upon us between, yes, our physical body and how it's reacting to sickness, as well as our soul, our mental body, our emotional body, also has some kind of relationship with what is going on around sickness. So when it does descend, it's a time to question and to look for ways in which we can align ourselves more with the spirit of wellness. What are the messages that the spirit of sickness is bringing to us at a time when we feel sick? Sickness can also be physical, emotional, mental, on a soul level, soul sickness. How are they related? There's lots of things to ask and to listen for and to discern when sickness is in our midst. What we want is wellness. Sometimes what we get is sickness. And I tell you, when sickness comes, it means change is afoot. And it is best to listen. So my circle is not a judgy circle. I'm not judging anyone. I hope you're not judging yourself for feeling the presence of sickness in your life at any time. What we do is we listen to rhythm with intention, to listen to our bodies, to listen to anything that is working on our bodies, minds, and spirits. We could engage with the spirit of sickness and wellness. We can ask it questions. We can use our imagination to notice, how does this sickness present itself to me right now? Are there messages here that really I am ready to hear? Who are the helpers that we have in here? There's people, yes, but what about ancestors and earth allies, plants, trees, water, animals, the other kin that we have here on this beautiful earth? I don't proclaim to have all or any answers for you, or really for me either. But I have learned about the necessity of asking questions and listening for responses from within and from those that are around us, including spirits of sickness and wellness. Sometimes sicknesses run through families. What's up with that, right? There's a lot to learn when sickness is in our midst. And culturally, on a planetary level for humans, we are being visited by a spirit of sickness.